My Dog Bandit. When I was young, this is growing up still. This category is growing up. When I was young, I went over to I always wanted a dog, and we were over in one of our neighbors, maybe a couple blocks away. There was a neighbor called the Ficklins, and they were selling dogs, or they had dogs they were actually giving away, I think. So I'm like, oh, cool, you're giving dogs away. So I took a little female dog and a little male dog, a little brown dog named Bandit. I brought them both home, and my dad says you can keep one dog. So I'm like, oh shoot, I can only keep one. So I took the female back. We kept the bigger male, a little brown dog, kind of a wiener dog. I don't know, beagle wiener dog. He was a good little dog. I really enjoyed him. But Bandit would go with me to up, hiking up in the mountains. He would run and chase around in the yard. I really loved my dog Bandit. Sometimes he'd get sick with distemper, and we'd have to give him medicine, things like that. One night, when some of the boys in the neighborhood they had over by where I lived in North Ogden, there was a big, huge gully over there. We call it Cottonwood Grove, and it had a bunch of trees, cherry trees and things like that. They ripped all the cherry trees and they put them in a gigantic pile. So this entire orchard was in this big, huge, gigantic pile now, and it stayed there for quite a bit of the summer, or for seemed like several months. I don't really know how long it was. But anyway, when I was in junior high one night, I was sleeping downstairs because it was cool downstairs to sleep. I was relaxing down there, and I hear Bandit start he'd bark and he'd growl, and I'm like, what's going on, man? I finally looked up, I woke up and I saw him, and all I could see was this giant light, and this was probably 2 o'clock in the morning, this huge light, and you could just see the light of fire over in this gully. And these boys, they went over and they poured gas on all these trees, and at night they lit all those trees on fire. It was a huge orchard going up in one big huge flame, and the fire trucks came, all the firemen came to try to put it out, and that flame was just reaching way up above this huge gully. It was probably maybe 50 or 60 feet deep. I don't know. It was quite deep, maybe even deeper than that. But anyway, the flames were just reaching way up in the air, and Bandit was there at the door, at the window, protecting us from the fire. He was also protective when other strangers would come into the neighborhood. You could sense that there was something going on. You could hear him, and he would, and I could tell. Like one time, a couple times, people would drive down the street, and they were up to no good, and he would warn us. So Bandit was a great friend. I loved him as a dog. I really enjoyed him. I enjoyed doing things with him. He was a fun, playful dog, very friendly. He got hit. He actually got kind of old and deaf or something. He got hit by a car and eventually died. But anyway, it was a good dog.